Hello. I was wondering how many of you are actually selling in a different market than the US. Probably not too many. Considering that Australia is one of the new upcoming markets when it comes to selling on Amazon, I would like to show you how you can find really quick products to sell here, how you can start very quickly here without having to think about how to ship your stuff from China to the US, how to deal with customs, how to deal with all the other things that you can't control because it's so far away. But you can start selling right here in Australia. If you're already selling in the US, then it's definitely a market I would like you to look at. And if you already are an e-commerce owner here in Australia and have your online shop, then I'm wondering why you're not selling on Amazon as well. Amazon is the platform where you get all your traffic already delivered to you. You don't have to run extra advertising to get people to the platform. You just need to make sure you have the best listing and the best offer on the platform. So I was on the Amazon market in US, and I thought, okay, which items would I like to sell? And I looked into fermenting glasses just because I really like fermenting. Everybody likes sauerkraut, gut health, mental health, all these things are a huge issue. You know, if your belly feels well, your body feels well. So I looked into this, and this is now the Australian market, but in the US, this is crazy high, right? So the first page for fermenting kit doesn't even have a huge search volume, like something around 2,000, but people making like almost $1 million US in like 30 days, which is crazy. So if you look at the same products here in Australia, you see that the same products are actually on the Australian market. So type in the same keyword, and then this one is in the US. This one is in the US, really big one. That's actually the best seller in the US, and you can tell that these ones here are selling quite well because they have already huge reviews. This review count would not come from the Australian market. So whenever you see something like that, then beware, it's probably an international listing. And you can tell here by delivering on Prime international orders, blah, blah, blah. Same here. You can see that sometimes it doesn't say that, but it tells you by the time. I mean, that's 6 weeks away, right? So it's huge amount of time. This one looks like it's actually in Australia, which is pretty cool. And this one again is not. And that's exactly your point of entry. So you can literally just have a look what's selling really well in the US. Have a look for the same keyword here. Because besides Soguro, which you find a discounted code in the comments, there's no other tool that can actually tell you right now what kind of sales these people are making. So, but you can like tell by the review counts, and you can't really because they come from overseas. Sorry. So if you look here, this guy is from Australia. We don't know how much he's really selling, but these guys are selling. They are really well in the US, and the fermenting market is huge here as well. So you could give this a shot just by simply ordering a few. You don't need to order 500 because competition is just not here. But your point of difference would simply that you are an Australian-owned business, that you are selling it within and shipping it within Australia. And if you can even say you're sourcing it within Australia, Australians are all on your site and going to start buying it. The online selling platform on Amazon is now making $2.6 billion a year, and which is meant to be quadrupled by 2023, I believe. That's huge. They're going to kick eBay off. They're going to kick everybody off. So this is the time for you to get on this market right now. 2 years ago, it was a bit early because there was no FBA, there was no PPC, there was no nothing. But Amazon really stepped up their game. The Prime Video is great. They have huge Prime days. They do a lot of advertising to get customers onto this platform. So for you, especially if you have a more limited budget, you don't need to have such big inventory as if you would have to have it for the US, especially if you want to start something that's a little bit more competitive. Here, 50 units are enough to test. If you have enough budget, you can test multiple items at the same time without having to invest too much, which is great. So, and then if you look at this one here, you can see it's all international. This one here is plus shipping, so it also comes from somewhere. Who knows from where? It's not a Prime business, so they're probably drop shipping it from somewhere. Same international. And then there's lots of space. That these are not even any fermenting items. That's bokashi, that's fermenting, but in a different way, more composting like. This is yogurt. So it's all really, really different. So definitely space on the phone, on the platform to go and make some money. And I was a bit shocked when I found out that a lot of people who are looking for fermenting dryers, like if you go onto Google and you just type in fermenting kits, you maybe end up on these people's website in Australia. Beautiful Gutsy, I love this name. Great page. They're selling actual pickles and stuff, but they're also selling fermenting kits. So here we go, fermenting kits, decent price, $40. Can definitely compete with this on Amazon. And then I looked if they're on here, and unfortunately they're not. They haven't even listed it, not even as FBM, which means Australian e-commerce businesses are missing out. They are trying now to get people through Google or through social media advertising onto their platform and then trying to convert. But that means for me as a customer, if I want to compare, I have to go through all these different pages online, which I just can't be bothered. So I rather go on Amazon where I see all these different ones at the same time. I don't have to compare the companies and stuff. But if I now would see here, there's Gutsy here, and I maybe seen them or heard about them before somewhere in Australia made or something, or it even says Australian seller, or it actually says, whoa, I don't have to wait 5 weeks to get it delivered, and it's not international. It doesn't come from the US. Like if you click on here, comes from the US. People put off by that. They don't want to have to pay delivery and shipping and all this stuff. They literally just want to get it within a week from somebody in Australia. So that's your chance. The same, I looked at another item that sells really well in the US, pampas grass. But pampas grass in the US is really competitive. So please don't come with this idea to me. I would say, no, don't do it. It's pricing is really slim margins. So unless you order huge inventory, then you can obviously get a better price, better shipping. But for Australia, you wouldn't have to do that. I'm looking here for faux pampas grass because real pampas grass you can't get into Australia because of the seeds and stuff. It's a bit interesting when it comes to importing. But we also can't grow this stuff because it's actually considered a weed, which means if you see it somewhere, you have to report it, but people still love the look of it. So faux pampas grass is a huge idea for not just for weddings, but just for normal decoration. You can see it in the shops and they're selling for huge amounts. Like a big one, probably about half a meter, sells for like each stick for like $35. Some of them even 60. If you go to Wilbur and Temper, it's crazy prices. Pop this onto Amazon and you go on here and you want to check out and you see international shipping. There's nothing that comes from within Australia. So another opportunity for you. Go and get some pampas grass, dried ones, full ones in different sizes, different colors. Just get 10, 20 each and just test it out. See which one sells the best and keep going. Same, you may have heard that as well. The macrame wall hangings. Oh my gosh, they're selling really well in the US. In any look. These ones, the really white ones. But here, if you look into Australia, this is all sponsored. And then here we have all these how to make your own macrame. So that's actually not really macrame hangings. They're just books, all little Kindle books. Then you have these ones here, shelves, but they again they come from, I don't even know, they come from somewhere. They come from the wonderful D-Lab. It might be an Australian seller. We don't know. We can't see because in Australia people are not required to put their data in there. But that looks, when you look at the mix here, that looks like a drop shipper. So they're shipping from somewhere, probably a Chinese seller shipping directly from the Chinese factory. And that's why it's quite expensive, plus shipping. Then you have here free shipping again, September. So that's ages ago, ages away here. International. Then we have all these books. We do know these products sell really, really well in the US, really well. And yes, well, maybe you're not a fan of the States, but the trends still come over here, right? You see these things on Pinterest, you see them in TikTok videos, you see them in magazines, you see them in movies and sitcoms, you see them everywhere, these kind of decorational items. So people want them here as well, but they can't get them. You can either get a book and make it yourself, or you have to wait weeks and weeks and weeks just to get it dropped off from China. So why don't you create one of these products and actually pop them on here? Get them here to Australia, sold by somebody in Australia. Same thing. This one here. Yeah, so most likely another dropshipper, somebody who's just listing items from the US, buys them from over there, ships them here, or a Chinese seller. It's not anybody. It's not Prime, so I couldn't get it free. Normal delivery still takes forever, so it definitely comes from overseas somewhere. So what I want you to do, same with these ones. Ceramic succulent planters, probably also a keyword you maybe came across if you've done some research on the for the US market. Ceramic succulent planters, super popular. I actually love these ones here. They're super, super cute. But you can see they're all international. This one looks like it's just coming from within Australia. Maybe, we don't know. Let's check, have a look. So this is actually in Australia, at least looks like it. I can't really see. That's not too bad. They've been selling for quite a while. It's probably in Australia, which is good. But it's one on the whole page. And if we go back to the page, then you see quickly there's also a lot of other items on here that are not ceramic succulent plants. Like this one is not really one. And all international. So what I'm trying to tell you is there is plenty and plenty of opportunity for you as an Amazon seller who's already being successful. If you consider starting your online business, why not look just around the corner instead of over the Atlantic? And if you are already an e-commerce seller trying to sell these stuff on Shopify, you probably realize that it's way more exhausting than you thought, and that you need to get all this traffic. I mean, you may have a beautiful site and you can dictate your own listings and your own pricing however you like it, and there's no competition on your page. That's right. But people need to first find you, and that's where Amazon can definitely help you to upscale. It can be a multi-channel strategy. If you don't know what I mean, give me a buzz, talk to me. I love to see your comment. I love to know if you would like to start selling on Amazon in Australia.